Hi everyone, my name is Amanda Waller, and it's nice to meet all of you, and welcome to week 2. Let's go ahead and get into the discussion prompt. So, I decided to focus my community scan on my hometown, which is a small beach town in Monmouth County called Union Beach. Of that, the population is 5,800 people, with a decline of negative 2.57%, and of that, about 10.5% of people are living in poverty. Sadly, there are 22.7% of children living in poverty, and surprisingly, 39.7% of residents have a high school diploma, while 31.9% do not have a high school diploma. Now, many people in our town, or our town is kind of known for people not pursuing a college degree after high school, but surprisingly enough, the percentage of high school graduates is higher than the percentage of people without a high school diploma. So that said, the discoveries was that there are a lot of different ethnicities in Union Beach. I assumed Union Beach was not very diversified. Since growing up, I didn't really notice many different ethnicities, but I was unaware that about 96 people speak Polish, which is surprisingly because there's not many different, language speakers in town. I never really ran into someone with a heavy accent. And another interesting discovery was that 13 people speak Italian. And compared to other surrounding towns, it's pretty high to have that many Italian speaking people, especially the amount of Polish speaking people, which is 96 people. It's very high. My mom actually does speak fluent Italian, so I wonder if she is part of that demographic or not. The elements. So the most surprising element of my community scan was I thought it was really amazing that the home ownership rate, which is 84.3%, is higher than the national average of 63.9%. And the reason why I say this is because a few years ago, Union Beach got devastated after Superstorm Sandy, and houses got flooded and destroyed, and this town looked like a ghost town because it was just so terrible. We live right by the bay, and the water rose, and it flooded and destroyed so many homes, and many people just left their house because they couldn't afford to fix it, and they didn't have flood insurance, and just the flood insurance is just expensive, so a lot of people either who are living here who want to sell their houses can't sell it, and people that that just want to move or that want to move in town, it's almost impossible because it's just so expensive. So I found that to be really interesting, and I also found this week in regards to social enterprise and how to uh, fix with poverty and how it relates to the community is that in the social enterprise leadership forum article, they were talking about leaders and innovators from social service sectors. They were together and they were discussing about ideas and different approaches that will help work best in fighting poverty, which is a really great thing because so many different towns, especially in New Jersey, are just really fighting. A lot of people are in poverty, especially just after everything that's been going on the past few years, especially with the presidential election. So I found those facts to be really interesting, and I did learn a lot about my town. And that said, this week's community scan was pretty successful, and I look forward to learning about all of your towns. Thanks.